guys!
Hello.
I'm Alana.
I'm Peggy.
And we are your sweet guys. And you saw the title of the video, so you know what we're talking about. So it's specifically my story. Peggy was there for it. So, and I'm not the only person in the world that has anxiety or anything like that. I wanted to tell the story because there are a bunch of you that have, if you've messaged us or just tweeted or sent like a curious cat, we just want you to let you know. You guys let yourself know.
No. We want us to let you know.
We wanted ourselves to let you guys know. We said listen to ourselves.
We said, hey guys,
let them know. Let them know. So we just wanted to let you guys know that no one has a perfect life. We go through the same things everyone else goes through. K-pop has really helped us.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of stuff.
We have a lot of fun on the channel, and like you see us being all excited and everything and show all the good and fun stuff, and we tell everyone, like, you're not alone, everyone goes through the same things, but it's kind of nice sometimes to actually, like, hear it. Hear about it.
It's not, like, a super long one, but it's just to, like, tell you guys a thing that happened. So last year it was, I remember the date, the time, everything. It was January 14th, 2017. We did upload videos, like, days after.
Yeah, we had live streamed, like, hours before, I think.
We live streamed that night. It was on the 14th, so it was, like, some, like, chill with my dudes or something like that. Yeah. And then Peggy hadn't seen the 17 DVD, so it was like 10 p.m. And I remember, I specifically remember sitting in like the corner of the couch and stuff.
We went to go sit down to watch it.
So we were sitting down and we were watching it, and like literally, obviously I don't know what happened. Like mid-movie, my entire body from like head to toe, like everything, everywhere went numb, and like I could bite my cheeks, and like if I kept biting, like I would have bit through them. Like everything was numb, and I was like, what the fuck? So I like said to Peggy, I was like, Peggy. I literally, what did I do? I was like...
You stopped and you like, kind of stood up, and you were like, Peggy, and I looked and you like, had this like, you were like, the blood came out of your face, and you like, looked really terrified, and you were like, I can't feel anything. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, my whole body's numb. I was like, I just bit my cheek and I couldn't feel anything. So we like paused the movie and it was just us and your dad home.
Yeah, it was just the three of us. That's why whenever it's just the three of us here, I'm like, can someone else come home? See, to this day still, I'm like, there's things that I'm like, no, it can't happen.
And you won't sit in the corner either.
Yeah. And once I get like, there's like, it happened in like the 10 p.m. hour. So once I'm like, you just got to get past 10 p.m. and never sit in the corner of the couch. Like still to this day, there are things that I'm like, you can't, that triggers it. But it hasn't happened since. But we went up to my dad's room and I was like telling him, like we were like telling him what was happening. And I was like, my mom was at work. She works at a hospital. She's a nurse. But I called her and I was like, my whole body's numb. And she was like, what? And I was like, I would tell her what happened. And then she was like more understanding once I was explaining it, not just freaking out. I was like, I want to go to the hospital because I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Then it went away for like 5 minutes. And then I was like, okay, no, I'm fine. It went away. And then as we were sitting in my dad's room, it happened again. Like, just right there, it's probably because I was, like, still thinking of it. I was, like, nervous. My heart was racing really fast. And it happened again. And I was like, okay, now you have to go. And my dad was like, do you want to go to the hospital? I was like, yeah. So we, like, I was starting to yell. And then we were going to get in the car. And my dad, I think my dad and my mom both said they were like, you have to go to the hospital my mom works at, which is in Boston, which is, like, an hour away. 45 minutes away.
Did not believe you would make it.
No, I was like, I'm going to die. Literally, I was saying to Peggy, I was like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And we were getting in the car, and Peggy was, like, basically in the car. My dad inside, putting his shoes on, putting a coat on, and I was, like, I was pacing, freaking out outside, because it was cold. It was, like, January, and I was, like, I'm gonna die.
Which the cold definitely didn't help. Like, it was, like, we were outside in the cold, and it was freezing, like, the kind of cold that makes your lungs feel tight, even if you're not, like, having an anxiety attack or anything. And so it was, like, that just made it 10
And I was, like, pacing on my phone, and I was, like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah. And I was, like, call 911 to Peggy. And she was like, what? And I was like, call 911. And then I literally, did I take her phone or did I just do it on my own?
Because I thought your dad was coming out, so I was like, let your dad come out and we'll just go to the hospital. But then I was like, I'm not going to make it. So I literally grabbed Peggy's phone. I called 911. I was like, my whole body's numb. I can't feel anything. And they came, and I literally had to go in the ambulance to the hospital. Because they didn't know what was wrong with me. Like, I walked to the ambulance and stuff, and I got in and everything, and they started, like, doing all the tests and everything, and they actually told me, right? Peggy got up there, she's like, they actually told me that they might have had to use those, like, I don't know what they're called. Defibrillator?
Yeah, like, to, like, shock you back, basically, because my heart was racing so fast. I got to the hospital, and I, like, they did a bunch of tests and everything, and I was like, they're gonna tell me I had a stroke. Like, I truly believe I was having a stroke. Like, I was like, something's wrong. My whole body's numb. Like, that's the only thing that can happen is a stroke.
And I remember when I was sitting in the front seat with the guy who was driving the ambulance, he was, like, asking, basically being like, what's up, what happened? He was, like, kind of near our age. And,
Yeah, the guys in the back were hot, and I was like,
just my luck. Oh my god, you're all uniform.
I didn't really show my legs.
He was like, well, statistically, he was like, it's very unlikely for someone your cousin's age to be having what she thinks is happening. And I was like, but see, that's the reason why you then believe more that it would happen, because it was like, if the chances are very slim, then that still happens to someone, and it was like, there was no way, unless you were at a hospital, you were going to believe it wasn't happening.
Because it wasn't going away. It like went away and then came back, and I was like, okay, now something's wrong. And they did like a bunch of tests. We were there overnight. I think they were like, they let us leave at 5 a.m., but like no one was there to pick us up yet. Because my dad came home and we stayed. But while we were at the hospital, I remember we were like watching like fan cams and stuff and focuses, and Peggy said, I want to do a thing. And
this is a few hours after you were stabilized.
Oh yeah, They basically told me already, like when they came in, they did like blood tests, they did a bunch of stuff. They made me like hold up my arms like this, like see and everything. And the doctor came in and he was like, it's like a really big panic attack is what we're gonna say. And he was like, you definitely didn't have a stroke.
And you also at the time had just been sick.
I had a cold.
And you had like a cocktail of
cold medicines. I was like, I took 6 different things.
Cold medicine. Which sometimes people say certain cold medicines make your heart flutter or raise or something like that, and you were dehydrated. So it was kind of just like a big fucking mess of stuff that made your body freak out.
And then the doctor was like, yeah, you had a very big panic attack. And I was like, it's never happened before. I was like, I know I get like nervous and stuff and have anxiety about things, but I'm like, nothing like that has ever happened. Like, I know my body's never gone numb like that. So, like, hours later after we were just like calmed down, like it took a while for my body to like be normal again. Like it was still kind of numb, but they were like, it's not a thing that's like still happening. It's just
once you know you're in the hospital, you now know that nothing can get way worse. So it's like you're like your mind lets your body settle down.
So Peggy said it was like all the lights were off, and obviously you're connected to like the heart monitor and everything. And she goes, "Okay, I'm gonna do a thing," and she gives me her phone. No. I watched it on my phone because you recorded on your phone.
Yeah.
We'll include the clip that we did. It was just Coops, right?
Yeah.
She told me, watch a Coops focus and see if my heart rate goes up. it skyrocketed for a second.
We just kind of wanted to see.
Because, like, we were just like, you know, we have the machine here. Let's just test it. So already, before we had even left, we were doing a thing to, like, make me smile and make me laugh. And it was K-pop related again. It was like, Coops from 17 was, like, helping me out.
Watching Coops focus.
HR Block Online. Let's
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, that's good.
Making me think of other things, not like you're gonna die today.
And even in the time before, like we were, at that point we were basically just waiting for your mom to be done with work so we could go home. But then like while you were still kind of in the thick of it, like between nurses coming in and out, I remember us like reading things on Twitter about like what was happening that night or something, and we're like, or like showing each other pictures still, being like
trying to get like my mind off of it basically. That really helped. It did, yeah. And I was like, I didn't think of anything but Coops for like a whole hour after that. We got home. And I remember just like going to sleep and stuff. It hasn't happened since then. I said this already, but it like the feeling I got hasn't happened because I feel like I was, what Peggy said was like a mix of stuff, and then I was already like anxious about things. I don't remember, but those things haven't happened. But literally, like the next thing we did on the channel was reacting to Juhan, was Rhythm. Like after, and I was like, no, I'm gonna get back in the groove. Like I know these things could happen still, but I'm not gonna be like my whole life's over because this one thing happened. Now
you don't want to miss out.
We're going to continue the channel. We've put up so many videos since then.
I remember before there were times when, like, you don't know if, like, it being super cold or super hot comes into play, like, with the way your body reacts. And
then I started to have breathing problems.
Yeah, and so it kind of extended.
And then I had pneumonia.
Which did not help at all.
So I was, like, super anxious, and then everything built on top of it. But what did I do the entire time? Literally listen to K-pop, watch K-pop videos, like... Think of like the experiences that we've had, like going to the shows.
And when we talk about going to shows and stuff, neither of us do well in body-to-body heat. Like when I was younger, I used to have fainting spells, and like I just like pass out like that, like when my body just does it sometimes. And so we never do well in those sorts of situations, or like waiting for a long time, but we still want to do it. And so when it comes to these things where like if the idea of waiting all night, like you're like, I don't know, like I'm nervous about doing it, whatever, but then the idea of seeing the groups and being a part of this experience that makes us feel so great, like, makes you be like, no, I'm gonna do this. I can do this. I'm okay. We've had to take precautions a few times where, like, for Monster X, we were gonna wait in line, and then we realized that it might have been better and safer, since it was the first time we were going to see them, to not do the all-day waiting, because it was the middle of the heat. That it was like, it was going to be a hot day all day, and we weren't sure if it was going to work out for us waiting all day.
If we were at the front for that, and we had waited all day, and we didn't have, like,
made it through.
We don't have water or anything like that. But
remember at GOT7, we went to the thing to get water and help, because it was like, we couldn't do it.
Peggy faints.
You know, having these things and these things that you love so much, and it can be anything really, like for, like, it's K-pop in this example, and like, and that's not saying that Alana couldn't just pull herself out of things or do that, but it's like nice to have a thing that you like care about so much that you start to care about your, not, it was weird phrasing, but like care about yourself more, that you're like, no, I'm okay, I can do this, instead of like falling into it.
And if there's anything that like any of you are going through where it's like anxiety or stress or anything like that, and you're using K-pop to like help you, that's a way to help you. That's like real. We've used it. It's like not, no one is gonna make fun of you for it. If they do, they're wrong, because it does help.
I remember one night a couple months ago, you started to have that like feeling, or like it was, you weren't sure if it was gonna like snowball into that sort of situation again, and we started playing that game, the letter game, where you would do song titles.
Oh my god,
and then we did like connecting people. We just kept playing random games where we were just talking.
Sometimes we go live when it's like, because if you just keep talking, it's like, obviously, I'm breathing. It was in like 2015, I think, where like, if it got so cold, my legs would like twitch or like shake on their own. That hasn't happened since, because like, I know I can control that. It was literally like, if I took like deep breaths and put myself in a place where it was like the ocean or somewhere, like the beach, it would literally stop. It's because I kept thinking about it, and it kept getting worse, Same thing with the going numb. I was like, my whole body's numb, and then I kept thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna die, and then I, didn't. K-pop is a beautiful thing, and that's why we're so happy that it exists, because it really does help so many people in so many areas, and I never thought I would even tell this story on the internet, but I am, because these guys, and all of those guys, and you guys.
We like to share things, and
we're real people.
Like everyone's, it's not like just because we're making videos yelling about these people who are also real people that go through things and have problems and do all of that.
They have their own ways of dealing with things.
It's better to just be an open book, and it's like your mind can make things happen to your body. It doesn't make it any less real, even if it stems from an anxiety thing in your mind. Like, but it just shows that you can, if you acknowledge that, and like sometimes, not in every case obviously, but like, sometimes if you can harness that and like, use it, and you can gain more control and feel more in control of yourself.
Because what you were just saying, when you think about it too much, literally mind stuff triggers for more physical things.
Your whole body.
Like so many things, and it would be like,
which is why it's complicated when people say it's anxiety, because then you're like, I'm not stressed out, I'm not scared, I'm not worried. It's like, I'm not doing that, and it's like, but it's like your body literally...
It presents itself in so many different ways.
And it's all physically very real, and it doesn't take away from that.
We're always here. We're also going through stuff. So if you ever need to talk to us, or message us, or email, really do anything, Your Sweet Guy is really on every platform.
Yep.
Everyone has their own way of dealing with things. Everyone goes through things differently. This doesn't apply to everyone, my story.
Right.
Not everyone's like, oh, the physical stuff is triggered by my mind. Everyone's going to be like,
we're not like, sing a K-pop song and your symptoms will go away.
No,
but
it's not like, oh, it's just this fun thing, anxiety, love it. Like, it's a serious thing. Like, it's been for like 2 years now. So, even longer, but like the physical stuff for like 2 years. So, we just wanted to come on here and leave this message. It's not like a story time. We'll have story time. We're here for you. K-pop is here for you. K-pop has been there for us. Like listening to Home Run. Listening to Home Run and like thinking of what happens when we go see Home Run. I'm like,
you can't help but like light up.
Yeah. Or like we saw White Love live. Don't want to cry.
That it's like,
don't want to cry, my bitch ass is about to cry.
And
like,
it can help even with like times when anxiety and physical things can also bring times where you feel like really down or don't think that there are so many great things in the world. And like, it's nice to have things that can remind you of like this really great feeling, and that like you can feel so good, and that it's like, you can know that that's there, and so then you want to keep being able to feel those things, and like that's a really good thing to help people and to like help people move forward. And we don't want to just be relatable to you in the way that we all scream when we see someone do something hot. Like it's like we want to relate to you, not like we want to be relatable, but like we want to relate to you in human ways. That it's like we all experience the same things, and like everyone can in different ways, but like everyone feels certain ways at different times, and that's not, you're not alone, but your experience is your own.
I thought I was gonna die one day. Still here.
And so we still have little beacons of hope and joy. We get through the day how we can, folks.
And we're saying it's fine if you get through the day however you get through your day. You get what I mean?
That's all we can ask for.
I'm Peggy.
I'm Alana.
We are Your sweet guys.
Your sweet guys. You are your sweet guys. You're Peggy. You're Rolanda.
We're
the sweet guys
you want to be.
It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. Just to be everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are.
We love to have a good time. By having a good time, it makes stress go away.
Peggy
Peggy loves you, and I love you, and you get and I love you.
You get and I love you. You're my baby. You're my baby.
A big love you. Do it. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Love you.